subscribe to the channel, and also comment down below another team we should try and do. I know the Magic was a suggested one, so make sure if you guys want a different team, definitely let me know down in the comments. But yeah, the Indiana Pacers. This is probably going to be a 4, maybe even 5-year rebuild. It's definitely going to take some time, especially since I'm doing this as a realistic rebuild. Obviously, can't just go out there and sign any free agent I want. Gotta make some smart moves in this video. It's gonna take me some time for sure. So, obviously, with the first year, it's all about sucking. Pause. But it's definitely about not being great, getting a good draft pick, and trying to just build a team through the draft. Maybe for the first year or two, maybe finding a couple key guys free agency here and there, and then maybe if I can pull off some sort of a big time free agent signing, I'll try to do that at some point in time. So, yeah. This first season, I'm just going to be simulating it fully, obviously, because there's no start today in NBA this year. So, just going to be turning off trades and just simulating the season, see how well we progress. And we suck. Pretty obvious. We are one of the bottom feeders of the East, which is a good thing, obviously, when you're trying to obviously build to the draft, trying to find the Indiana Pacers' next go-to guy. Doesn't look like it was Sabonis. They haven't really had a go-to guy since Paul George, so trying to find that maybe in the draft sometime soon. So yeah, Devin Booker being the MVP of this current NBA season, which is actually kind of cool to see that. And we don't make the playoffs, don't make the play-ins, bottom feeder, which is pretty nice actually. Looking over here for the playoffs, nothing too crazy. It's kind of all the usual thing. I'm actually kind of surprised the Nets are this high up. Usually the Nets are kind of a struggling team in the 2K sim engine, but they actually did a pretty good job this year. I'm just gonna be kind of speed running through this year. Pretty obvious to do that, but nothing too crazy. Never mind. Okay, that's actually very crazy. We have the Boston Celtics upsetting the Brooklyn Nets in the first round as the 1-8 seed matchup. Holy cow. This is obviously with, Ben Simmons on the team, which sometimes does very good for the Brooklyn Nets, or sometimes sort of holds them back sometimes, but jeez, man, that's pretty crazy. 8 seed takes out the 1 seed. That's definitely pretty wild. Then down there you have a nice matchup of the Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers. And oh wow, the Sixers get taken out by the Miami Heat. Holy wow. Then again, 2K also really hates the 76ers. They hate James Harden, so that's pretty common to happen actually. And then the Heat actually make it to the finals against the Utah Jazz. Holy cow, the Jazz beat out the Phoenix Suns. I just realized that. That's kind of weird. Good on them. Let's see who wins the title. Ooh, okay. The Miami Heat have won a handful of titles throughout my rebuild so far. They're definitely a pretty decent team in the 2K sim engine for sure. But now it is time for us to shine, which would be in the lottery draft. Just gotta cross our fingers and hopefully we get a good little draft pick there. Trades as well. We still have a couple more trade pieces we can look for, and also free agency. We can try to pick up some logical people in free agency. In the draft lottery, we had the 7th best odds, and all the draft picks so far have pretty much been in place. And it continues to stay in place. No one really jumped in this draft. It seemed only, I think maybe one team maybe did, if I can remember, but Portland Trailblazers had the number 4 pick, which is kind of cool. Hopefully they get a top 4, top 3 pick in this actual NBA season. That'd be kind of lit. But the Pistons got the number 1 overall pick, and we have number 7. So when thinking about again the Indiana Pacers, we need to find a guy, and I think building the draft is the best way possible for the Indiana Pacers. And I think maybe tagging along one of our pieces alongside of that 7th overall pick, a team will be willing to move down the draft board, and obviously a team that has multiple first round picks, and they actually have 2 top 10 picks already. Maybe with a little bit of a push of a Miles Turner, we can sort of convince the Thunder to move down a couple spots in the draft, and they actually accept it, which is pretty great. So a pretty realistic trade. I feel like just moving down a couple spots for the Thunder, and also picking up a great center that can really play alongside SGA, giving us a little bit of a chance here of picking someone up that could potentially help us out a lot. So Chet Holmgren goes 1, Jabari Smith Jr. goes 2, which is probably how it's going to go down in real life as well. We are up next, and when thinking about picking up our sort of, I'm not going to call him a cornerstone, but definitely a great piece to sort of help build around. I think definitely Jaden Ivey is probably the guy pronounce his last name, Banchero, of Duke is a good pickup there, but I mean, Indiana just had a power forward to try to build around, try to build through, and it didn't really work out all that well. Indiana really needs a go-to scorer, and I feel like with Jaden Ivey out of Purdue, I feel like he can be that guy. Even just watching a couple of games of his in real life, he looks like he can actually be a consistent 20-point per game scorer his entire NBA career, and I feel like that's just what Indiana needs. They just need a go-to bucket getter play alongside Tyrese Halliburton. And as I say that, playing alongside Tyrese Halliburton, don't really need Malcolm Brogdon anymore, so gonna need a new starting center since Alpernin Sengun is on the Houston Rockets now, playing pretty well, and also them just picking up Jabari Smith Jr. Christian Wood is kind of the odd man out, so I'm gonna sort of resolve that problem for them. They can have a Malcolm Brogdon play point guard alongside Jalen Green and sort of have a duo there in their backcourt. So I feel like that worked out pretty well for us. Not too crazy of some sort of off season, at least in my opinion. Now we do have a lot of cap space. Now I'm not gonna sign James Harden, but just showing you guys we do have a lot of cap space, but you can't really do a whole lot with it. What I am gonna try to do is maybe try to snag someone like a Miles Bridges. Just more scoring output for us would be great. Our starting small forward this year was Duarte, who's not bad, but definitely good. Definitely use an upgrade, especially if we're trying to make some sort of push here for the playoff spot, which I think is going to be my goal this year, is to make the playoffs. But he's a restricted free agent, so that usually doesn't go so well for me. Sometimes it happens, but it's usually pretty rare that a team doesn't re-sign. And yet, you can already see that that is so annoying. I hate the re-signing restricted free agent thing. That's so annoying. So, again, trying to make it realistic. I'm not just going to go out there and just sign someone just to sign someone. I'm going to keep my cap space nice and flexible and sort of just see what we can do. So, I think this year, again, the goal, make the playoffs, and B, just develop more of Tyrese Halliburton and obviously Jaden Ivey, get him up to as high as an overall as I possibly can. I've seen him go up to like an 85, 84 overall in season 2 of his, so hopefully I can sort of reach that potential of his. And off the bench, nothing really too crazy. I got Josh Richardson, and I obviously with with Christian Wood as our new starting center. I feel like we have enough to at least be, a play-in 8-7 seed quality team, which is good. But again, just developing is still where we're at right now in this rebuild, and it's looking pretty good. We're actually the 6th spot, which is great. We're avoiding the play-in as of right now, and we're looking pretty good. So I don't think I really need to panic or do anything super crazy or really look for much. I think we're sort of on the right track. This Pistons team, though, is pretty wild. They have a deep bench, and also having James Harden, which is pretty insane. And then you look at the Washington Wizards, they have Kyrie Irving, which I don't know what 2K is trying to predict, but Kyrie Irving always goes to the Washington Wizards. It's so weird. Then we have the Portland Trailblazers here, picking up Zach LaVine in free agency, but they forgot to sign a center. So they have Trent Watford, a 6'8" power forward playing center for them, which is definitely not the go-to move for winning a title with Dame. But hey, Zach LaVine, Anthony Simons, Damian Lillard, now that is a pretty scary trio of guards. And then our trade with the Houston Rockets actually helped them out pretty much a lot. So you can't say, oh, that was unrealistic, that's unfair. Well, hey, it looks like it worked out for them pretty well. So like I said, we are the 6th seed, so I'm not going to be making any more moves. I'm pretty much going to be keeping everything the same and just seeing what we can do in this year. We do have our first round pick. We still have Buddy Hield. We still need to look for a trade for. So, if we were in a worse spot, I probably would have made a move, but it seems like we are doing pretty well as of right now, so I'm going to keep everything the same. We do end up winning Rookie of the Year with Jaden Ivey, again, just a scoring gravity 2-guard playing right alongside Tyrese Halliburton. I feel like in real life that's also would be a pretty good pickup. Now, of course, if Jabari Smith Jr. was there, I probably would have picked him up. But again, they already had their sort of show and run of a power forward that they can play around and through. Trying something different. I think that's what the Pacers need to do, is just to try something a little bit different. Kind of nice. So going into this year's playoffs, we actually dropped a spot, which isn't good. We are the 7th seed, so we didn't end Porzingis, Banchero. Sometimes he ends the season as like an 86 overall, like he has a really good potential, but we end up losing, actually. I mean, Tyler Halliburton has a terrible game. Christian Wood has a terrible game. Buddy Hield, garbage. McConnell, garbage games. Just again, I may be regretting not shipping either one of those guys out at the midway point last season. I mean, last time we saw us during the standings check, but it is what it is. And now we have to go up against a very scary Kyrie, Kristaps Porzingis dynamic duo, and we lose because it's a Kyrie Irving, Kristaps Porzingis dynamic duo. I think now we're seeing a spot where we are right now, where we have the talent, we have a good group, we just need to find the go-to guy. And Tyrese Halliburton is a great player, but he is not a Kyrie Irving yet. He's not a sort of great scoring output guy, even as a Kristaps Porzingis, which sucks to think about, but it's improvement, I guess. But like I said at the start of this video, it's gonna be a ride. It's gonna take a little bit of time. It's gonna be a little bit of a tough one. But you know what? Especially if this is a realistic rebuild, I actually like doing it a little bit of a slower burn like this. Kind of interesting though that the Memphis Grizzlies went out in the first round against the Houston Rockets, but then the Denver Nuggets and Phoenix Suns looks like they're finishing it off in the conference finals, and then you have the Cavaliers and that crazy deep Pistons team over in the Eastern Conference. And then we have the Cavaliers actually making out of that, which is pretty surprising. And a fully healthy Denver Nuggets team, which again, in real life, I feel like is such a dangerous team. If they ever get the opportunity when they're all fully healthy, I think they could definitely make it happen, but they end up losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the Cleveland Cavaliers have won a championship before us, which definitely makes me very sad, but hey, you know, they're a good team now, so I can't be too sad. But okay, so improvement, I think, definitely has to happen. I think we definitely need some moves and some free agents, I think is what we need. I don't think we need to really build to the draft anymore. I think Jaden Ivey is a great pickup right there. I think now we just need to find another piece, a very big important piece. So, when again, gonna try to get my boy in front of the Charlotte Hornets. Now the Charlotte Hornets didn't make the playoffs last season, so maybe they sort of regret tying up a bunch of money into Miles Bridges, so maybe they sort of go with the cap dump route, try again, and we give up a first round pick and our boy Buddy Hield for some cap relief, I guess, for the Charlotte Hornets, who didn't make the playoffs last season. Maybe they sort of try someone else, someone new next season. So we end up getting a nice scoring wing to play alongside with our scoring duo of the Jaden Ivey as well. Not bad. I also pick up a very fiery, red hot stretch four in Cam Johnson, and I also bring back Miles Turner. If you didn't know, Christian Wood is actually a unrestricted free agent after that season. I know we're gonna need we need a lot more defense down in the interior, especially having a stretch four in Cam Johnson. So picking up a big time blocking center like Miles Turner allows me to pick up a guy like Cam Johnson. So, and we also pick up his son's teammate Cameron Payne. We also have Jalen Smith, and we also have Cam Johnson. We have the Suns trio on our team as well. Good team chemistry, good team play, a lot of flexibility here, a lot of switchability. I'm really liking the team. I think we really have a lot of good potential here now. Taking a look at this, actually the Charlotte Hornet team, which again, you can't say, oh, Jake Baller, that's unfair. Well, it looks like, again, every team we've traded with has also benefited from the trade. So, hey, it looks like I'm doing a pretty good job of making this sort of a fair trading offer for each team I'm doing. But we're actually a top 3 seed right now, which makes me very happy. Very happy. Just taking a look around the NBA Eastern Conference, nothing too crazy. Well, actually, this is crazy. The Bucks are the last place team. Looks like Giannis is just clawing his way, trying to bring this Milwaukee Bucks team back from, I don't know, them sucking every year in 2K. I don't know why they suck so much, especially with the Lakers as well. It seems like the Lakers are always a bottom feeder in the West, even though obviously in real life they're not a great team, but geez, in 2K they make them really bad. And the Houston Rockets as well, like I said before, a really solid team that we traded with are now just getting better and better every single year. Oh wow, the Thunder have Kristaps Porzingis now with SGA. That's pretty scary, not gonna lie. Wow. But yeah, we are the number 3 seed ending the season. guess you could say is maybe just make it out of the first round, just see how far we can go. I don't think we're a title-ready team yet, even though we did have a pretty successful season. We still don't have the guy. We don't have a star to lead us to a title. Could we win off of, depth and luck and yada yada yada? Sure we can, but I mean we don't even have an All-NBA team player. You know what I mean? Even Julius Randle is on there. We don't even have a player on the All-NBA team, so I feel like that's something we definitely need to look out for in the upcoming year. Because like I said, I don't feel like we're good enough to go up against like a Sixer team, or even this first round. We have to go up against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I'm very scared. I'm very, very, very nervous. Jesus. And then even after that, we have to go up against the defending NBA champions. But let's try to focus on the Boston Celtics first. We do take Game 1 and also Game 2, which is pretty nice. Okay. Why are we doing so well? Oh, Miles Turner is going off. I mean, I guess, yeah. The Celtics are definitely a shorter team. Well, I mean, they don't have Al Horford anymore, so now they are a shorter team in this year's rebuild. So it definitely would be pretty beneficial for Miles Turner to have some good games, and it looks like that's what won us that series, which is pretty nice, not gonna lie. Oh, this is just me, like, showing you guys it's 50 simulated difficulty, nothing, no funny business. I never do any funny business, but I always like to show you guys every once in a while when something crazy like that happens, because I feel like we definitely should have lost that series, but we end up going against the defending NBA champs and 390 overall players here, which, God, okay, whatever the game wants me to do, I'll let it happen, I guess. We end up taking game number 1 of the series, which is pretty great. And also game 2, holy cow, I'm guessing they're going to be making a comeback here pretty soon. I will say that our wings are pretty good. Obviously with Bridges and what's his name? Jaden Ivey. Definitely very good scoring wings. I feel like we can definitely outscore this team for sure, but it looks like that's what we're doing. Okay. Are we gonna come back? Oh my god. Are we gonna blow a 3-0 lead? Holy cow, wow. I don't know, I definitely just feel like we definitely should have lost this series, even though Jaden Smith is absolutely just killing the game right now. I don't think we're good enough, but hey, I'll take it as a dub, as long as we always can continue to improve every season. I'm going to continue on with this little rebuild here. But we are going up against a team I really wanted to not have to go up against, and that's the Philadelphia 76ers. Even though they don't have James Harden anymore, Tyrese Halliburton is somehow like a 90, 89 overall, which is absolutely insane. And then obviously, again, not having a go-to scorer like a Joel Embiid, it's going to be very tough having to sort of face a team like this. And I'm calling it right now. Yeah, look at that. That's just, even though we do have a Miles Turner player, I don't think Miles Turner will very much stand a chance against that guy, like in a superstar like Joel Embiid, and we end up getting our butts whooped. We're getting swept. But again, I feel like this is some sort of a successful season. Obviously, again, being a team that we probably should have not even gotten out of the first round, we make it all the way to the conference finals. I really like that. So we have ourselves a sort of a 2020, what was it, 2022, 2021 Atlanta Hawks sort of moment. They're making the conference finals. But we still are down a superstar. Obviously, again, losing to the Philadelphia 76ers, who have a superstar in Joel Embiid. We still need a superstar. We still need our champion, go-get-em guy. And I feel like this is the year that we sort of just throw all of our money at some sort of superstar, because we have a lot of cap space, we have a lot of bird rights on a lot of our guys who even are free agents, and we have the means, because now we have a very great squad, and maybe a guy, we'll see that. A guy like Kawhi Leonard. Now I know you're thinking, kind of unrealistic, but then again, it's my last year, so cut me some slack. But I mean, if Kawhi Leonard is in the twilight of his career, seeing this team that pretty much made the conference finals off of a whim, he can be that guy who could just sort of be a plug-and-play guy. He doesn't need to play the entire season like he likes to, and he can just come in to the playoffs, to the finals even, and just sort of, put a nice bow on top of this very well put-together team. Obviously, also guys here. Duarte. I really like this team. I really love how everyone sort of developed amazingly, and I mean Ivy's already an 88 overall, which is absolutely insane. So again, since this is sort of a longer year of a rebuild, I sort of just skipped that sort of mid-season part. I always do skip to the end of the year, and wow, these rookies suck. Anyways, like who the heck is Scotty Henderson? Anyways, just simulating for the entire year, just sort of getting it down and over with, see what we can do. But as you can already tell, our team is pretty dominant, being 67 and 15 on the year. Pretty wild. Looking at this Dallas Mavericks team, I feel like for some reason the CPU always sucks when building teams, and it looks like with this Dallas Maverick team, they can never get the job right. But hey, the Trailblazers had Zach LaVine, and now they have Karl Anthony Towns, which, God, imagine that duo. But yeah, we were the #1 seed. Looks like we might have to go up against the Cavaliers in the first round. Oh, we don't. Oh, God. That actually might be worse. We have to go against Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant because I think KD is still on there. Okay, well, we win game 1. Not bad. Game 2. Okay. Game 3. Perfect. Hey. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wait. We have Kawhi Leonard. What am I worried about? Kawhi Leonard. Okay, that's totally fine. Yeah, Kawhi can definitely, well, I don't want to say definitely can lock down KD, but that's definitely our best bet for sure, Then taking a look at the second round. Oh wow, we also luck out again. We don't have to go against Joel Embiid, thank God. So it's the Magic team. It looks like they have Yusuf Nurkic, which is a pretty interesting signing, not gonna lie. Definitely better than a Joel Embiid. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll take that any day of the week. And now we have to go against the Charlotte Hornets. The Blazers actually making it to the conference finals, going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, which obviously we have Karl Anthony Towns now, so I guess that team would just have Anthony Edwards, which is definitely not too scary for them. And we might sweep them. Okay, well, they won game 5. Are we gonna gentleman sweep them? Yes, we do. Okay, perfect. Oh wow. Okay, and the Blazers actually come back from their little series as well, so we go up against Portland. Kenan Johnson, who actually always develops pretty well in 2K, had the game of his life. Wow, that's a pretty good Blazer squad. Actually, I'm actually kind of nervous a little bit, but then again, I think we are kind of prepared. Our team is actually super deep and kind of crazy, so I guess I'm not too scared. Oh wait a minute. Oh wait a minute. Oh God. Oh yeah, Lillard is seeing that this is his final chance to winning a title and goes all out. Game 1. Game 3, we win. Okay, yeah, come on. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll call that a successful rebuild now. Oh wow, okay, even Jaden Ivey wins. Wow, finals MVP. That's pretty crazy. You know what, I do feel like, again, if the Pacers somehow do jump to this position, I do feel like they do need a lot of scoring output, and I do feel like this is a great backcourt mate alongside Tyrese Haliburton for years to come. I would do that in real life. It's just my own opinion. But anyways, that was a nice little rebuild. Again, hopefully that the Kawhi Leonard pickup wasn't too crazy, but I feel like it was making somewhat sense in my own head, so hopefully it does for you as well. But anyways, make sure you guys comment down below and you team I should do next rebuild next Sunday. And yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. I love you. Hopefully you sleep well. And I'll see you again in my next video very, 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 very soon. Make sure you like the video.